Dead End Hip Hop audio review. Do you know that intro? If you don't, man, you fucking up. Dead End Hip Hop all of 2021. We've been doing a review a day. We call it DE365, bruh. And we in the fourth quarter. So me and Ken are putting up shots. We appreciate the support. But if you don't know, go over to the Dead End Hip Hop podcast. Support your boys. Listen to it. But also, if you want the videos, go to Patreon. We got video content over there of the album reviews that we have done. Go over there, man. Support your boys, DE365.
Dead End Hip Hop album review. Mick Jenkins, Elephant in the Room. Before we get into the video, if you like this, please subscribe. If you want to watch our classic reviews, go over to patreon.com/deadendhiphop and sign up, become a patron. You get access to all the classic reviews that we've done. For those of you that show up to our Friday, you want to participate in the vote. We're trying to make voting and that whole process easier. So become our Friday member. And you can do that the day of the video or you can do it now. There's a join button on the video. And sign up, support them brothers, do a dope show. And you can also watch all of the recaps because the video comes down the day right after they're done, and you watch the replay that way. So yeah, Elephant in the Room. I actually like this one. Now you guys know I'm kind of hit or miss with Mick Jenkins. Mm-hmm. There are things on here that I like, and I found myself tuning in a lot more to this one than I have to his previous stuff, and I think there are a lot of melodies and singing, and it feels very like soulful. And I'm pretty sure he's had that on other stuff, but I don't know. It just felt a little bit different here.
Damn, you didn't remember Pieces of a Man? You probably don't.
Yeah, I did listen to Pieces of a Man.
That shit was good
too.
I
like some of that too, but I don't think I was a fan of like his first joint or whatever it was.
The Waters.
Yeah, nah. But yeah,
I still don't understand that. I still do.
And I go back and listen to it. I even go back and listen to it. It just never really hit for me. But
so wild.
I don't know. This one, I don't like everything on here, but there are definitely some joints on here I like. Mm-hmm. I think the top half is a little bit more top heavy for me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, things you could die for if doing While Black, like that shit hit for me. Ben Hitson was dope. I had to look him up, but and I think he does like electronic music and stuff like that. And he's worked with some rapper that I want to check out, so I'm gonna check him out. Gucci Tried to Tell Me was dope. Got my man Serpent with Feet on here. Shout out to Myke for mentioning that. I thought Scottie Pippen was dope.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen was dope.
Yeah, that was a single.
Yeah,
I thought that shit was fucking dope. I think one of my favorite songs on here is Reflection. Man, that shit, that was a powerful song.
Yeah.
Man. And it was like, he said something about holding up the mirror if you want to scare somebody or hold up a mirror. Mm-hmm. I was like, yo, that shit was real. I fucked with that a lot. So
that's the one he was like, I'm 6'5", you was 6'2".
Yeah, bro.
Like,
Yeah. And I still felt small. Mm-hmm. I was like, yo,
that's powerful. Yeah, that shit was powerful right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was some real shit. Yeah, man. I enjoyed my listen to this one. I haven't listened to The Circus and Pieces of a Man in a minute to see if I've changed my feelings on those projects. Mm-hmm. But overall, with this one though, I really did enjoy this one.
Have you ever explained like what you don't particularly like about Mick Jenkins?
I be trying to figure that out. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's the rapping or the voice or what. I don't know. His music just don't really kind of hit home for me. I haven't really been able to establish what those things are. Mm-hmm. But even when I was listening to this, like, I think content-wise, I enjoyed the content, but it's like all those things together just don't blend well. Yeah, it just don't really come together for whatever reason. So it's really weird. But this one, I think he did a lot of singing on here. It sounded like
he did do more singing.
Yeah, and I think it was the singing that really brought me in on this one more than it has in the past, because I thought he sounded really good on here.
But I feel like he did that on the healing component too.
I felt it a little bit more. Like it was really more melodic and kind of like in the pocket Yeah, it was really weird, man.
I don't think he had as many like skit moments like how he normally does, like on like the Healing Components one. I think he did it on the Waters as well. So that might can take you out of it. But yeah, man, Mick Jenkins, I think he's like one of my favorite artists. He's like one of my favorite artists. I like the stuff that you don't like. I do like. I like his voice and the way he rhymes. And then he able to do some of that melody stuff sometimes. But even though he's like one of my favorites, I don't always like his albums on first listen. I don't know what that is. And it's weird because I like him. I really like him. And it's the same thing with this one. I didn't like it first listen like that. But then when I like second listen and everyone after that, man, yeah, I love it. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. I do agree with you. It's not like a perfect album, but no, it's definitely good. I was trying to I think the only one that I liked off top was the last one, the EP, The Circus. For some reason, that one just hit immediately for me. I still go back and listen to it. So it was I hear you saying you hadn't listened to it in a while. I'm like, shit, I listened to that shit. I listened to that shit like last week. But no, man, this one was good. I followed him. So I listened to the Scottie Pippen, the Truffles, Valley of Shadow of Death. I like how he started this one. I'm with you on the things you could die for while if doing while black. I already knew just off that title. You got to come correct on that. You can't not. But no, man, I thought this was a really solid project. I wanted us to get to it earlier than this. Rug Burn was good. I liked his take on sleeping on you, whatever, you catch a rug burn, stuff like that. I thought that was a dope little concept. Reflection, you already mentioned that. Thought that was super dope. DUI was dope as hell. Gucci tried to tell me. I wanted to go back because I don't think I caught it on what that concept was supposed to be exactly. Anybody else catch that?
I figured it out. Wasn't there a documentary that Vice did that Gucci was on?
It was.
I don't remember. I never saw it.
There was a documentary they did on Atlanta. They got a lot of heat.
But I think there's a part in there because I remember seeing the clip of Gucci go viral. I just can't remember what it was from. But Gucci was like something like he's the sauce, and as long as you don't get lost in the sauce.
Okay.
So I kind of think that lost in the sauce thing kind of came from that, and then he says it in this song.
Got you. No, man, I thought it was a solid project for sure. For sure. I don't know if I like it more than Circus yet. I definitely think it's meatier than Surface. I mean, the Circus. I think I'll definitely like this one more the more I listen to it over the Circus. But I can jam the Circus like anytime. I can pop that on anytime and just play it. But no, man, this is dope, man. It's super dope.
Yeah, I agree. Dope project. I Pieces of Amanda. I think that's still my favorite Mick Jenkins project. I think. Of now. Shout out to Saba too for production, produced on Speed Racer. That was
that's a Saba production.
Saba, yep. Saba produced that. You know, they both Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with Saba. I like Saba.
I fuck with Saba too heavy.
But the thing I like about Mick Jenkins, man, at least with this project and even a lot of his projects, I love his song concept, the song titles, and the content of the songs. I think that's one thing I like. But more so, of course, his rapping ability. His rapping ability is always on point. But you know, the fact that he really can kind of get very personal, show his doubts, his disbeliefs, his vulnerability throughout it on this album. I think I really enjoy about this. Yeah, Scottie Pippen, man, that singing on that shit was just hitting, man. That shit was so hitting, man. I love that shit. You peeped the at the end of Speed Racer how they was talking to J Lyric of a Dead Presidents too.
No. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what. Okay, got you. Yeah, I knew it sounded familiar. I just couldn't. Yeah.
I think I pretty much piggyback off what both of y'all say. I do like this project. Pretty much front to back. It's really not a bad song on here for me, which I kind of expected going into Mick Jenkins. Some of the production on here kind of reminded me of Saba's last album that came out. What was it? Gray Area? Care for Me? Yeah, Care for Me. It kind of some of the production like Truffle kind of reminded me. It gave me like that Care for Me vibe from Saba joint. It's the cigarettes that's one of my favorite joints on there. I like that joint. I'm with Ken. Reflection, man, like him talking about his dad like that, man, that shit, how his dad was looking down on him and everything, like that shit was deep, man. So that's what I'm saying. Stuff like that I love. Mick Jenkins he's not afraid at all to
be vulnerable,
to be very vulnerable, like no matter what. And you gotta think someone that comes from the hood in Chicago, like I think that's dope that you have someone like
because he says they say I'm not trill enough. They say I'm not drill enough. Say I'm not drill enough. Yeah. Like I was like, damn.
Yeah. I think that's good. That's important, man. I mean, young artists need to hear that. But yeah, overall, man, I like this. I mean, it might be tracks that I like more than others, but it's nothing on here that I really just be like skip or I'm good on this, I can just pop this in, just let it go. I think overall this is definitely a dope project. And he closed it out good with Rug Burn. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That showed the cocky side. Right. Yeah, they say I'm top 5. I'm like I know. Like yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I think that's one thing I really take in about this album. It's like okay, yeah, Myke. You're really like that special artist that you can do stuff like that. So
I know they've had some conflict in the past, but I always wanted to see him link with Lupe, man. I thought that would be a really good collab if he ever got a chance to do that. But
they had conflict.
It wasn't beef, but I know something was said. Lupe deleted the tweet, but Mick's response was, "I actually would like to talk to you about it if you bout it, just because I fuck with you. I know you don't need education and quotation marks on the matter per se." So yeah, it was something that happened, that transpired. This was last year, actually. Yeah, this was last year in June. Whatever the situation was, people wanted to have a conversation about it. I don't know if anything ever came.
Hopefully they do or did.
Yeah.
Because I would really love to have
that would
them
be
work
a
together.
really good combination. Man.
Yes, because they're both those kind of like almost over your head type lyricists, and they're both really intelligent.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I would definitely love to hear that.
Love to see that.
This shit is fucking incredible. Incredible. I think this is different because I think that the production on here is a bit different from his last project, but the way the Valley of the Shadow of Death opens up, it's got that soulful production. And any other rapper, if you gave him that beat, it would sound kind of light, but it automatically sounds not dark, but just heavy because of how fucking heavy Mick Jenkins is. And I loved it, man. I loved it. It took me off guard at first, but then when the song really got going, I was like, oh my God, this guy. He said, I'll bring sand to a fire hydrant and created a beach. That's probably my favorite line in this whole project. Cause that shit, I don't know why I'm looking at Isaiah.
I did.
You talking to the people. I don't want to talk to the people. I'm talking to you motherfuckers, bro.
Right.
But what's the line again?
He said, I brought sand to a fire hydrant and created a beach.
That's right, yeah.
That shit,
yeah.
as corny as it sounds, I don't care. I'm a corny guy. That shit gave me goosebumps when I first heard it. I was like, wow. I don't know why exactly. I can't really put my finger on it, but for some reason, that bar just jumped out. And I was like, this dude's a fucking
I guess
genius
it's
with
like
writing.
when you think of fire, you think of automatically water. And I don't know.
It's almost like he's taking man-made things, like creating a beach, like the things that we have access to, right? Like beaches are looked at as like this almost extravagant kind of luxury type of thing. And he's like, okay, we got sand in the hood. We definitely have fire hydrants, so we can create our own shit. That's just how I took it. We can create our own shit, and we ain't gotta worry about trying to get to their levels of extravagance or their items of luxury. We create that shit here.
Yeah, we got this shit here. Yeah,
man.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
I was
dope.
just trying to figure out what the fuck is he talking about.
This could be me overthinking it too.
Nah,
which I do that a lot. But
it does make sense.
That bar, if that's what he meant, Jesus, bruh. Just off that bar alone, this fucking album's amazing. Stiff Arm. I'm not familiar with. I don't want to butcher this person's name, and if I am, I apologize. Allende Cartman. I'm not sure who that is, but the way they took Stiff Arm out and they wrote it out, Scottie Pippen was dope. Gucci Tried to Tell Me was dope. I don't remember what song it was where he said something about ain't no low key, I took the silencer off. That was another bar where I was just like, man, this motherfucker needs to calm down. DUI. I know one of y'all mentioned DUI. Who the fuck is Green Slime? Who is Green Slime?
I don't know.
This motherfucker said, y'all motherfuckers like 2 peas in the pot, I'll put you in the same coffin. He said some other shit about y'all bars ain't that hard. I felt it rain harder. Some shit like that. Like, God damn. Oh man. Truffles.
That was one of the singles.
Beat.
Yeah.
Was it? I didn't hear any of the singles.
Yeah.
I haven't really been on Twitter like that enough, but
it was the lead single, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it, guys.
The only reason I knew is because, like I said, I follow Mick Jenkins, so like my algorithm. I don't follow Mick Jenkins. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I probably follow him more than you do. That's all I'm saying. So it comes up in my algorithm. That's all.
Side note with Twitter, I be posting shit and I get so caught in my mentions that I don't even bother to go look what other people are talking about, which is some pretentious shit. But it's really
Turn it back on you, right? Turn it back on you, bro.
Yeah. it was subtle. That shit was subtle as hell, wasn't it? Like
really
damn,
wasn't.
like damn, for real. I get caught up in my mentions and shit so much. 'Cause everybody talking to me. That was a slight flex, Myke.
That isn't what I meant. I swear to God. Rob has much better things to do than be on Twitter.
That was your getting back at him. That was your getting back at him.
Can't even fucking help it.
He couldn't help it at all. He like, oh, he gonna come at me?
Right.
I'm in my mentions because everybody talking to me, Rob.
I hate y'all motherfuckers.
They started on my little 10K. My little 10K.
Get out of here.
Let me have my little 10K.
Stop shooting that little piece of shit. That's what he was saying. Stop shooting that little piece of shit. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, man, I just want to talk about fucking Green Slime for a minute because I didn't think he was mentioned, and I've literally never heard of him, but I'm going to look him up. But yes, back to Truffles. Man, that beat. It's subtle, but it's super hard, and I really like the hook that here go another young nigga making trouble. I mean, it's just, and the way he was rapping on that one was a little bit different. Yeah. It had like a real dark, but kind of like gangsta vibe to it. I just really liked it. I don't know if I'm ready enough to say that this is his best project. I don't think I am yet, but all I can say is I'm really, really enjoying this one. And if people aren't paying attention to this guy as a lyricist, you are really, really like you're screwing yourself, really.
He's poetic too. Like,
he's extremely poetic. Like a lot of the lines he gives, you really like it sticks with me. Like he's almost like a slightly more accessible Billy Woods, where he'll just say shit and I'll be thinking about it for like 3 or 4 days later trying to figure out what the fuck it meant. This is definitely an incredible project.
All right, favorite tracks. Give me Scottie Pippen, Reflection, Things You Could Die For If Doing While Black. Gucci Tried to Tell Me, and Is This Cigarettes? I thought that was dope.
I'm gonna go with The Valley of the Shadow of Death again, like a artist we just reviewed. I think he came out with a really nice track. Things You Could Die For If Doing While Black was dope. I like both of the singles, which are Scottie Pippen and Truffles. And I'm gonna go with DUI, because that shit, like Mike said, man, Green Slime came in there killing it. And Mick Jenkins did his thing, and the beat was fucking crazy too. So those are mine. Damn, I could have easily picked another 5, but yeah, I'm gonna go with that 5.
I'm gonna go with Scottie Pippen, Reflection, DUI, Stiff Arm, and Truffles.
You have to cut me off, son. You have to cut me off. Valley of the Shadow of Death. I'm gonna go Stiff Arm. Gucci Tried to Tell Me. Truffles. I'm trying to think if I want to go Things You Could Die For If Doing While Black or Rug Burn. See, I just snuck 2 in. Bars, son.
I'm surprised you ain't picked DUI.
Shit. That down tempo beat. Well, hey, you just said it for me. So.
I got you.
Hey, got 8 in this motherfucker.
Mick Jenkins, if you're watching, I'm glad, man, finally that I'm fully on board with one of your projects. I really, really, really enjoyed this, and I don't know what it is about this one that connected. I don't know if it was just, I felt it was more singing or whatever, but whatever it is, it worked. It sounded really great when I was playing around the house, and gave me a really, really good vibe. And yeah, man, that Things You Could Do For if doing while Things You Could Die For If Doing While Black. Like, I was just sitting there listening to everything you were saying. I was like, man, he's right about that, right about that, right about that. It was just fucking crazy to even just think that is even a possibility in this world that we live in. Great shit, man. I'm loving that you're successful and have a lot of reach given the type of content that you create, which I think is much, much needed in this hip hop space. So keep doing your thing, bro. I'm glad I'm here for this one.
It's funny you was talking about playing it in the house. I was playing it in the car with my family, and I was just like, damn, that's, it's working. Like, it was even a moment where Don was bobbing his head, he was clapping, and I was like, oh snap, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Was it during Truffles?
Could have been.
Had to be.
Could have been.
There we go.
Right. But it was cool, man. I was just like, damn, this is one of those albums, man. That's why I mess with Mick Jenkins. But I'm a serious fan of yours. I listen to your albums quite often. Like I said, it pops up in my algorithms and stuff like that because I'm always typing your name in, looking for, stuff I've already heard, new stuff that's coming out. I missed you. I think the last time you came into town, I hated it because I really wanted to go to your show. But yeah, man, next time you're here, man, if things are looking better and with these COVID times and all that, I definitely want to come to one of your shows. here in Georgia. Yeah, man, just like every other album, man, like, and be spot on. Like, Pieces of a Man is dope. I don't think we reviewed it here, but yeah, I wish we would have. But yeah, that's just dope too. The EP was dope. I still bumped that, and I'm gonna be bumping this even more, man. So thank you for the content that you always putting out. Thank you for always being vulnerable, as Bees mentioned. And just thank you for just bringing those bars and not, caring about making trill and drill type music, being from Chicago, man. So, you have your own lane and your own subject matters, and I love it. I absolutely love you as an artist, man. So good job on another project, bro.
Mick Jenkins, if you're watching, man, great job on this project. Thank you. This was definitely dope. Good job. I'm glad you still kind of riding this wave, man, of making creative, thought-provoking albums, from the Waters to Healing Component to the Waves EP, Pieces of a Man. Like I said, Pieces of a Man, that's definitely the one for me. But this is right there at it, right there. I don't have no issue putting this album up there right now, and as far as one of some of your best work. So keep up the great work, man. Looking forward to whatever you're doing next.
Mick Jenkins' album is incredible. I think that you are an incredible MC. I think your wordplay is super dope. I love the way you sound on beats. I think that your ear for beats is great, something that a lot of people don't really mention when it comes to you, but I think you know exactly what you sound good over, and you sound great over all of these songs. So that's it, man. Your words are there's mind-blowing, but I'm really, really interested in seeing what you do next. But for right now, I'm wearing this project out.